swing ahead. I don't know if you can really call this prep. I'm not going to say prep yet, but like cardio has started.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Foda's physique update. So if you really have a wide waist, you can hide that by doing a vacuum, especially in the front double biceps. But we all know that front lat spread is that pose, where you just cannot do anything. That is exactly why Hadi Choopan at this year's Arnold in Columbus, he was able to create that illusion of having a smaller waist, even standing next to a guy like Samson Dauda in the front double, but not in the front lat spread. So this recent picture of Foda is absolute beauty of bodybuilding. And you can scroll down the comment section of any pages that posted his update, and you won't be able to find a single negative comment about his physique right there. Just amazing size, exceptional flow, and he has amazing aesthetics as well. And with Stefan prepping him this year, I think Foda is gonna be at his all-time best. And interestingly, this is gonna be only his third pro show of his career so far. Yes, he has done only 2 pro shows in his career. So the thing is, he is very ready and has been ready for weeks and weeks now. But he still isn't revealing what show he's gonna do next. Is he doing Chicago Pro, which is happening next weekend? Because as of right now, it is getting pretty certain that he isn't doing Dubai Pro, which in my mind doesn't really make any sense. Because if he is in fact doing Chicago Pro, which is happening next weekend after this Van Pro, then Dubai Pro is just happening a week after that. So why skip that one? Because for those of you guys who do not know, Foda actually lives and trains in Dubai, so it would make a lot of sense for him to do that show. But I'm gonna keep on guessing what show he's doing next, and keep hyping him up, because I truly believe that this physique belongs on the Olympia stage.
Swing ahead. I don't know if you can really call this prep. I'm not going to say prep yet, but like cardio has started. I'm not eating snacks. I'm not having any like meals out, none of that shit. So it's like morphing into prep very soon.
Next up, we have a 13 weeks out physique update from the 5 times classic physique Miss Olympia champion, going for his 6th title, Chris Bumstead. And you can see his attitude is totally different toward this upcoming competition this year, because very soon he is going to close this chapter of his life, and that is going to be for good. So he is embracing this journey to the Olympia a lot more than how he usually did in the past. And here is the thing, Chris is very open about that. So many of you guys do not know that once Chris Bumstead started winning the Olympia, he would unfollow his rivals, for instance Brian Ansley, and that would happen months before the competition, so that he won't get distracted by looking at all these updates of other top guys. So this was revealed by Chris Bumstead himself. But at this stage of his career, he's just embracing every single moment. He loves the pressure of being the best in the world year after year. And that is why we might see the best Chris Bumstead ever at this upcoming Miss Olympia in October. And we can all see that he looks absolutely humongous right now. Plus, he looks lean as well at 13 weeks out. It seems like he has been able to stay injury-free throughout this year, at least up until now. So there is no reason to doubt Chris Bumstead this year. And hopefully that is going to be the case throughout this Olympia prep. And realistically speaking, if those guys could not beat him last year, when he was kinda off, when he wasn't at his A game. So if he's able to bring his best this time, I don't think there is any chance of any one of these guys beating him this year. We finally got to see an update of Derek Lunsford today. So this also marks the start of the prep for our reigning Miss Olympia. And things are gonna get real now. The back relaxed pose is gonna be absolute insanity. I mean, it already is. So anyone has noticed how wide Derek's back looked when he was doing back pulls, and he hit that shot. So Derek once again is gonna be absolutely untouchable from the back. And his competition also knows that. The back double bicep as well as the back lat spread, they are most probably gonna go to Derek. Maybe we can make an argument for Hadi Choopan winning the back lat spread. But that back double bicep, that is just out of this world. So if someone is thinking that Derek would show up the same as he was at the Olympia last year from the front, then I have to say that is just being delusional. No one who is going to be fighting for this year's Miss Olympia title had more time to improve their physique than Derek. You talk about Hadi Choopan, he did both Arnold Classics. Samson Dauda too. In fact, everyone who is most probably going to be in the first call out, except for Brandon Kerry and maybe Big Ramy. All the other guys competed at least once this year, while Derek on the other hand was just focused on making improvements in the offseason. So his arms are looking bigger this year, his quads are looking way better. And there will surely be some improvements in his chest and his shoulders as well. So I cannot wait to see this new version of Derek and see him defend his title in October. So will this be the year where he solidifies himself as a 2 times champion? Can he stop Hadi Choopan? Do let me know what you guys think. So Vancouver Pro is going down this weekend. With no statement from the defending champion Hassan Mustafa, it's getting pretty clear that he isn't doing this show. So this show is absolutely wide open for all these guys. So John Dewitt is looking so fresh at 3 days out of the show. So this is gonna be John's 3rd open show of his career. And so far he has been able to place very well in all the shows that he has done so far, ever since his transition from the 212 into the Men's Open. He was able to place 2nd behind Charles Griffin at his debut in the Men's Open, and that was at Legion Sports last year. And he was able to place 3rd here in Toronto Pro just a couple of weeks ago, which makes him a very strong contender to win this show. Now a guy like John is always dangerous in any kind of lineup, but he is even more dangerous especially in this kind of lineup, where there is no overwhelming kind of mass monster, like we had Akeem Williams at Toronto. So Akeem not only is big, but he has a very eye-pleasing physique as well. And that is why he was able to win that show, and that too very convincingly. So here in Van Pro, we neither have a mass monster, nor do we have a very aesthetic looking physique. So with John's ability to peak absolute perfectly for most of his shows, he's gonna be right up there fighting for the title. And I think he's the favorite going into this show. Stanimal, who is also doing Van Pro, and this is gonna be his first show of the year, is also very determined to win his first Open Pro show and get to the Olympia stage. So it has been a long road for him, and he has gotten multiple 2nd place finishes so far in this division. So Stan definitely made a lot of improvements, especially in this offseason. His back in particular looks wider as well as denser. Plus, this is an absolute guarantee that he is 100% gonna be in shape. He is gonna be peeled out of his mind. Because in all the shows that he has done so far in the Men's Open, he has never come off. He has always been spot on, especially in terms of conditioning. In fact, he has been the most conditioned guy on the stage multiple times. So I really hope that there is something he can do to get some more separation in his quads, because that will allow him to appear bigger on the stage. So this is gonna be Stan's first show of the season, and he also has a very solid chance of winning this show and getting to the Olympia stage for the very first time in his career in the Men's Open. Beef Stew is just so done with this long prep, and when you have been prepping for 5 months or so, it is really understandable. Although Chicago is just a week after Van, but Beef Stew has announced that he isn't going to do Chicago, regardless of whether he earns his Olympia qualification or not, here at Van Pro. So I really hope that this long prep, that doesn't hinder Stu from showing up at his best in what will be the last show of the season for him. And I really think that if he can show up the way he did at this year's Neo Pro, he also has a very solid chance of winning this show, because he's most probably going to be the biggest guy on that stage.
No. I was thinking about doing it, regardless of whether I won Vancouver or not. But at this point, like, if I can't win Vancouver, I definitely can't win Chicago. It's going to be a better show, like, lineup-wise. And I just want to be done with this shit at this point. I got other things to focus on in life besides getting on stage.
And lastly, we have Tim Budisham, who is doing his first show of the season. So no love has been shown by the judges towards Tim Budisham so far. But Tim just keeps on fighting. He has been looking crazy round and big, especially after Toronto Pro. So he was able to place 5th at this year's Toronto. And as I said earlier, 5th is not what Tim is aiming for at all. He has been competing as a pro since 2017. So that is a long career already. And Tim right now wants to win his first pro show and qualify for the Olympia in the Men's Open. So what did you guys think? Who is gonna come out on top? And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.